Good evening and welcome to International News. I'm Charlotte Warm. Today, on a special report on the topical subject of the EU immigration policy, we will discuss how far this policy should extend. We'll be joined later by our reporting team in France, Spain and Italy.
También hay una situación crucial en el sur de Italia. Miles de refugiados han llegado buscando asilo con sus familias y había casos de muertes debido a barcos repletos volcando. Sin embargo, España ha tenido un aumento de emigrantes británicos que solo quieren una nueva vida en el sol. La mayoría de ellos son jubilados, que muestra la inmigración dentro de Europa es un tema complicado. In southern Italy, the situation is crucial as thousands of refugees have died by drowning at sea. However, there is another side to immigration in Spain, where British retirees have moved abroad seeking a new life in the sun. This proves how complex an issue immigration is.
Nous commençons donc avec la situation à Calais nommée récemment la jungle. Ceci est le surnom donné à un campement de migrants dans les environs de Calais où les migrants vivent alors qu'ils tentent d'entrer au Royaume-Uni. We now have a reporter at the Calais jungle. Over to you, Rebecca.
Il est estimé qu'il y a 5 000 migrants vivant à Calais. Ce numéro a augmenté considérablement. Il y a quelques mois, ce numéro était aussi bas que 1300. Plusieurs de ces personnes étaient extrêmement désespérées de partir des mauvaises conditions dans le pays. Mais c'est tout aussi mauvais ici. C'est injuste. Le fonds choisit d'utiliser l'argent d'arrêter les migrants plutôt que utilisant l'argent pour les aidants. On devrait utiliser l'argent de les donner une meilleure condition de vie. Il faut s'agir.
There is an increased number of around 5,000 immigrants living in Calais. Our government have said that we should use our finances in order to keep these migrants away. However, I believe that we should use this money in order to give them a better condition of life. We must act now. And now over to our correspondents in Italy. Thank you.
Buongiorno, qui parlano Esther e Quinsta.
Good morning, here speaking is Quinsta and Esther.
La prima notizia è che il numero degli immigranti è salito ulteriormente.
The first news that the number of immigrants have increased.
I dati ci mostrano che dal 2013 al 2014 il numero degli immigranti è salito e nel 2015 c'è stata una decrescita.
The date shows that in 2013 and 2014 the number of immigrants have increased majority, and in 2015 the number of immigrants have slightly decreased.
Gli immigrati non sono distribuiti in maniera omogenea, nonostante arrivino dal sud, molti aspirano al nord e questo crea un problema per l'economia.
Immigrants are not spread evenly across the country, and even if they arrive from the south, they're aiming to go to the north, and this is affecting the economy.
Ma c'è una buona notizia, i giornali che prima parlavano di notizie negative adesso riportano notizie positive.
But now there is improving in the situation because the news that used to have bad news now have news of hope.
L'ultima notizia è che il 26 febbraio c'è stato un incontro tra il premier Matteo Renzi e Jean-Claude sono incontrati alla Palazzo Chigi e questo è quello che ha detto il presidente.
The last news is that the 26th of February, Matteo Renzi and Jean-Claude had a meeting at Palazzo Chigi. The president of EU Commission said,
Dal 2011 l'Italia ha avuto un modello esemplare che anche gli altri paesi europei dovrebbero seguire e se gli altri paesi europei seguiranno questo modello la situazione sarebbe stata migliore.
Since 2011, Italy has had a good behavior, and if other countries were to follow this country, there will be less problems.
Questo è tutto dall'Italia, la linea a voi in Spagna.
This is all from Italy, now we go to Spain.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Se estima que hay aproximadamente 800,000 inmigrantes británicos en España, muchos de los cuales son jubilados y permanentemente colocados allí. Recientemente, el número de inmigrantes españoles en Gran Bretaña ha aumentado hasta el 85% y se espera que aumente. Además, se dice que Gran Bretaña tiene unas de las políticas de inmigración más duras entre otros países como España. So if you ask me, I would say making the immigration policies more stricter will not only prevent children who want to escape wars and political persecution in their country and who want to have a better future, which they have a right to, but it would also affect the future of the country, the recipient country, because on a larger scale, more money will be saved as less services will be exhausted. So in the future, in a major crisis, the immigrants can be given more supplies as there'll be more money left over to give to them. Thank you. Back to the studio.
This brings us to the question of just how far do we go with immigration policy. Some argue that policies should be more stricter, and citizens of some countries claim to have seen a rise in crime due to immigration. Some also argue that there aren't enough resources to go around, so school places, healthcare and housing could be running low. It would also be better to help refugees within their own countries because many of them do not want to leave their own homes, and it could worsen the cultural divide or religious and racial tension. There have been examples of this in Germany where there have been anti-immigration protests.
From the reporting, we can see that any nation has an obligation to rescue people. That is a given, not a policy. The EU should prioritise accepting refugees and those fleeing authoritarian regimes over economic or illegal immigrants. The EU could invest in integration in language, civics classes and labour forces to welcome and accommodate these refugees. It can be argued that Europe should be more open with its immigration policy as it can positively benefit the EU's economy. As immigrant workers earn money, spend money and set up businesses, it increases the demand for labour. Immigrants have different skills and experiences to native workers which can help raise wages and productivity for everybody. Thank you for listening.
Join us at the same time next week for more updates.